Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today?
Great.
Good. So today my speech actually is about adaptation and incorporates that. I'm going to talk to you about choices. My speech is titled Back to Business, the Business Decision. And so in my speech I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever had to make a tough choice in your life? Have you ever had a fork in the road? Have you ever stayed up at night trying to decide what to do next? And for me, and for a lot of people, that choice is where to go to grad school and what to study. So I'm going to tell you about two different roads, two different majors, two different choices. And I'm going to tell you the advantages and disadvantages of the two and what some people decide and why they decide. So I'm going to start out with, why is this a tough decision? Why would what to study in grad school, where to go to grad school, why would that be a decision that would keep you up? Well, for one thing, there's a lot of money involved. It's expensive to go to grad school. And there's the time, the consideration of what do I do with my current career? And the energy to stay up, to do that work, to type the papers, to read the books, to put that energy into work. And I'll tell you about law school first, because that was a choice for me. And we'll use an example of UC Davis Law School. UC Davis Law School costs about $60,000 a year. And it's ranked about in the top 30 schools in the country. It's also ABA approved, which is very important. Because when you look at law schools, the only schools that have above, say, like a 30% bar pass rate are schools that are ABA approved. The state approved bar schools tend to be around 30, 40%. And, you know, in order to practice law, you have to pass the bar. So to consider that you could spend $60,000 a year for 3 years going to a school where you can't work the first year, and the government only gives you about $20,000 a year for expenses and tuition, you're looking at taking out high interest student loans to cover the gap when you can't work, and how would you qualify for those loans? So you would have to be independently wealthy or have a great co-signer to sign on that for you. Now, the other choice was going back to my business degree as a major. And with a major like that, another school opens up, a school like the University of Phoenix. Now, the University of Phoenix it's fully accredited, and it has a computer-based program. That means you can take classes on campus. The program is all based on computers, so you complete your assignments and you turn in your assignments on the computer. And a lot of your research, the library, is all based on computers, which is very important because that's cutting edge. That's what's going to help you in your profession, in the workplace, is having those computer skills. I work under a manager who has a degree from Davis and didn't know how to use Excel, and graduated. And these skills that you learn are crucial. They are what their competencies now, computer skills. So this program does help, does provide those competencies for the workplace. Now, the disadvantages of the University of Phoenix is, even though it's regionally accredited, like Davis or Sac State or any of those universities, its business programs only have second-tier accreditation. They're not as prestigious. This isn't considered as prestigious a school. The university system is one of the top systems for colleges in the world. It's highly regarded. But this school is the biggest university in the country. They have hundreds of campuses. They provide accredited, cutting-edge education. And for me, a big consideration was that it works around my work schedule. Class can be 1 day a week. I don't have to change my hours of my job. I don't have to cut my hours. It's feasible. Not working for a year, it's not an option for me. So this became not an option. And this became a clear choice. So going back to a business degree, and this is actually a more versatile, leaves a lot more options for me. It's something I can apply to many different areas. So, I want you to think again about a time when you had to make a tough choice in your life. And going back to what Mark said, it's a dream. But my bigger dream than one specific goal was just higher education in general. Why is it important again? Because in today's job market, it's not enough to have a bachelor's degree. You need that education. You need the master's. You need the PhD. And with this program, I can, with the $20,000 a year, go up and get my PhD. So it provides me with the skills and education I need. So I would like you to think about a time when you did the research and made a choice, and it was a better choice.